you guys, what's up? Blessing here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Blessing. Here we do girl talk, we do chit chats, we do fate talk, we talk about career. I am a registered nurse, so I try to make videos where I share about being a nurse and how to navigate and be successful in the industry. And recently we started a wedding series as a recent 2025 bride. Yes, girl. I have just kind of been sharing my wedding experience and everything that I went through leading up to my big day. And this video is going to be part 2 of my wedding series where I said yes to my dream dress. Okay, you guys, so I'm really excited to jump into this, and let's just go ahead and start. But I just wanted to quickly thank everybody so much from the bottom of my heart. Everybody who commented on my last video, thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you so much for the positivity. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been on YouTube now for a while, and it just warms my heart to know that we have created such a positive platform, and it just makes me really happy. So thank you all so much for taking time out to comment, and I read every comment and it really warmed my heart. So with no further ado, let's jump right into this video, shall we? So after I got engaged, I already knew that I wanted a custom dress, and I already knew that I wanted my dress to be made by no other than Matopita. I am that bride who I think I've always somewhat imagined what I would want my wedding dress to be, or what I want my wedding to look like. I always knew that I always wanted to feel like royalty on my big day. And seeing Matopita's work, if you're not familiar with her, she is a Nigerian designer, and she's extremely gifted at what she does. And honestly, I don't regret my decision. So I contacted her back, I want to say around June-ish, because I started planning my wedding in May. I want to say around June is when I contacted her. And I remember our very first conversation. I had just gotten off work. I was still in my scrubs, and she was just so warm and so kind and just so welcoming. She was like, congratulations, and she had her little British accent. And I remember I was trying to speak in my own fake British accent, but she was just so kind and so funny. I'm going to insert a clip of our conversation that we had.
Okay, I'll show you my AirPods on. Okay, so ooh, we have to wear something fitted, not the sweater.
Oh, not my scrubs.
Like a vest or.
All right. Okay, let me quickly change. All right, I just got off work, so let me quickly change out of my stuff. Be right back.
Okay. Better. Thank you so much. This is going to take probably 8 minutes, not too much.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to put the measuring tape around your breast. And we want it fitted the way your bra would fit in inches, please. How tall are you, Blessing?
I'm 5'4".
5'4". And when is the wedding?
March 14th and 15th. So the white wedding is on the 15th.
That is 37. Then under your breast, please. That is 33. Then your waist, please. We want it fitted, snatched, high waist. Perfect. You did it well.
$32.
31 and a half.
Hey, God, I don't go breathe. Okay.
Your lower belly after your belly button. How did you hear about the brand?
Who doesn't know you?
Justin, you're just hyping me.
Who doesn't know you?
I'm a bit lower.
Lower?
A bit lower.
Okay.
I'm going to send you a picture now. I'm going to send you a picture. Bear with me. Where are you, blessing? Okay, there you go. So this will not be for production. If I send it in my production. So we like this, right? Can we do a low neckline? This doesn't have a low neckline. What can we do? Like let it dip in the middle. Let me show you what I mean by dip in the middle. Like this part here.
Oh, okay. So do the center.
So it'll be shoulder again to the middle of your chest. Yes. What number is that?
13.
Can we go a bit lower or no?
So right here.
Yes, what number is that, please?
14. Lower than that is 15 is right here at the end of my bra strap.
Are you okay with 15?
As long as I have supports, let me know God beauty.
There's a bra cup in the dress, and then the corset is made with reflexy rods that will take in your waist 3 to 4 inches and cinch in your waistline
Okay.
as well.
I don't need BBL. Did you notice? You didn't ask me why it took me so long to give you measurement. I was looking at BBL.
No, don't worry. Everyone thinks on my page that everybody has the same body. It's not. It's just clever sewing, clever fabric, okay? And that's why we're doing custom. So we're making sure that the dress down. That's why I'm doing the video call with you, so I can see your body type. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Both stitch is good. I think that low neckline will help as well. It'll just open up your shoulders a bit more for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I'm excited. I'm excited, innit?
Yeah. Are you going to go to Atlanta for the fitting?
Yes.
Okay,
Nigeria is
so
not on my...
to you by February.
February? Okay.
Early February.
Okay. Just let me know so I can book it by next month.
So we don't have time. Okay, cool.
Where we just talked about like my ideas, my thoughts. We talked about what I wanted, when the wedding was going to be, and all that good stuff. And I don't know, she was just, I think sometimes when you think of like big designers, you're like, oh my gosh, how are they going to be, like in real life? Are they going to be personable? Are they going to be friendly? Are they going to be kind? But she was all of that and so much more. So after that conversation we had, she immediately began working on my sketch. She immediately began working on my dress, and I remember going to work that night and I received a sketch of my dress. And you guys, when I say I was blown away, I was so excited. I couldn't contain it. I started sharing like the sketch with my coworkers. I was like, oh my gosh, look, this is what my dress is gonna look like. This is what my dress is gonna look like. And everybody was just like, oh my goodness. And y'all, when I received that dress in person, I was just like, wow, like I remember just like crying and just like, wow, like this is me, like this is real life. So for my dress, I knew I wanted a princess feel and a 2-in-1 dress. I wanted a detachable train so that when I step into my reception, it would be an entirely new dress on its own. So that is exactly what I got. I'm going to insert a video of my wedding dress so y'all can see it. You guys, like everybody at my wedding was like, wow. I had this extremely long train, like it just kept going, and I am tiny in real person, like I'm 5'4", and the dress just kept going, the train just kept going. It was absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing, and I'm glad that I went with the decision of having a custom dress made. But I will say that I do kind of wish I had tried on wedding dresses just to kind of have that experience of, going with your bridesmaids and trying on wedding dresses and, seeing different things. But I think because I have always known in my head that I would want a custom dress. I just kind of skipped that entire process and just went straight for my custom dress. So that was my wedding dress. Let's talk about my other 4 dresses that I had made for my traditional wedding. So as you guys know, I am half Nigerian and half Igbo, and my husband is Yoruba, which is Nigerian, like a tribe in Nigeria. And so for my wedding, I wanted my Cameroonian culture to be displayed as well as my Igbo culture to be displayed. Luckily for me, a lot of their traditions are very similar and they kind of intertwine. So for my first look on my traditional day was known as my maiden look. So this is common in both Cameroon as well as Igbo. Um, so my maiden look, I have my Isiagu skirt, which is more of the Igbo culture, and then on the top I just have like an Ankara scarf. Actually, it was actually just an Ankara fabric that one of my bridesmaids, Melanie, helped me to tie into a top. And the staff that I'm holding, I'm gonna insert a video so y'all can see it. The staff that I'm holding, that's symbolic in the Cameroon culture, Bayangi culture. So that is where you go in as a maiden. You're not yet a woman. You go in as a maiden and you kind of like, you know, do all the traditional rites before you change into your actual bridal wife look. So that was my first look. It was simple, but still had a lot of culture to it and a lot of meaning and symbolism. And you guys will see, like, I have different accessories on my hands, on my arms, on my legs. Those are all symbolic of the Cameroon culture. So in this maiden look is where I actually went ahead and gave palm wine to my husband, which is something that is done both in the Igbo culture as well as the Cameroon culture. So that's why I say, like, their cultures can sometimes be very much intertwined. So that was the first look that I walked into for my traditional wedding, which I had first. My second look that I changed into was my Yoruba my Yoruba look is what I changed into. And for this dress, you guys, this dress is absolutely stunning. We went for a royal blue and burgundy mix. This look, so this I have now been, I guess, given away to like the Yoruba side. So this was the second look that I came into. The colors we chose were like a royal blue and burgundy mix. So this was like hand woven. Everything from the detail, every stitch was handmade, and all of my vendors, you guys, were Nigerian based vendors. Everything came from Nigeria. I am going to make a separate video sharing with you guys some of my vendors as well as, you know, some vendor regrets, but that's a different video for a different day. So this look, which I'm also going to insert a video or a clip of, was absolutely stunning. Initially, I had gone with one specific tailor or designer to make my ashoke, but she ended up telling me that my dress would not be ready until 2 days before my wedding, and I was in complete panic. Mind you, she had had my fabric for months ahead of time, because I had to get the fabric woven in, like, basically made from scratch in Nigeria. I had sent her money. The fabric was just sitting in her shop, but she was taking like other people's, other people's stuff, and mine was just kind of sitting in the back. So when it was getting close to my wedding, I was like, hey, like, I'm still here. Is my dress ready? And she was like, oh, it's going to be ready 2 days like before your wedding. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to work for me. So in like full total panic, I had to get a different designer to make my dress. And you guys, I am so glad I did, because there's nothing like being made a priority, especially when you're planning a wedding. This other designer, she did such a beautiful job with my dress. Like, every beading, every detail, the fit, everything was amazing and top notch. I'm going to also insert her name so you guys can check her out if you're a 2025 bride and you're looking for some designers. She did an amazing job, and my dress was ready in 3 days, you guys. My dress was ready in 3 days. Because she did such a good job, I went ahead and asked her to do another dress for me. And this dress, it was like a green dress, which I'm also going to insert a clip for. This dress I used for my church Thanksgiving, because after the wedding weekend, the following week, we decided to do a Thanksgiving in church. So that was the dress that I wore for my church Thanksgiving. And you guys, this dress was absolutely beautiful, very detailed, heavily beaded. Like, I got so many compliments on this dress. It was just a whole vibe, a whole look, and I'm so glad I went with her. So she did my ashoke dress, which was my second dress that I wore on traditional, as well as my green church dedication dress. Now, my final dress that I had made for my traditional wedding, this was my Cameroonian look. Like I said, I wanted to incorporate both cultures. You know, yes, typically you go with the side that your father is from, and that for me would have been Cameroon, but I also wanted to acknowledge my mom's side, you get. So my final look was my Cameroonian look. So I had a traditional Cameroonian outfit made for both me and my husband, and we went for the red and black togu fabric, and this dress was absolutely amazing. I knew I wanted a short dress because all of my other dresses had been long and fitted, so I wanted a short dress that was strapless, and that is exactly what I got. So this was ended up being like my after party look, because I stayed in it for the remainder of the night and I was extremely comfortable. This dress was also another last minute change of tailor design that I went through. Originally, I had a tailor in Cameroon doing it, and I had to switch to another one. Like I said, y'all, the drama that went into like making of dresses, not just for myself but for like my bridesmaids. Listen, like, God was in this whole thing the entire time, because there were so many times that I cried. There were so many times that I just felt like things would not be ready on time. But I thank God that everything came ready on time and everything was delivered and fit the way that it did. One thing I am thankful for is that Nigerian tailors are so good at what they do. Honestly, you guys, none of my dresses needed crazy alterations. My measurements were right. Everything was okay. Like, everything fit. So everything just looked perfect. Everything sat perfectly. So those were a total of like, so in total I had about 4 dresses for trad. I had my wedding dress, which was made by Matopita, and then I had my after party dress, which was also made by another Nigerian designer. I'm going to insert all the clips of all my dresses so y'all can kind of see, you know, I changed a total of 3 times on my traditional wedding, and I changed a total of 2 times during my white wedding. So it was a whole lot of dresses. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I still have like some of my dresses. Like this one right here was from a photo shoot. This was for my pre-wedding engagement photos. I just had a red Isegu dress, and I'll post that picture so y'all can see it. But yeah, like, I have a whole bunch of dresses that were made for me. Yeah, so I had a whole bunch of dresses made, and I'm really glad that everything worked out and everything turned out the way it should. For my bridesmaids dresses, their dresses, like I said, were also made in Nigeria. What I ended up doing that I found worked for me was I went ahead and bought yards and a fabric for all of the bridesmaids. I had a total of 8 bridesmaids. For me, I think it's really important. It was really important to just keep my close-knit circle, my close-knit group of girls. I didn't want a large crowd as a bridal party. I'm not somebody that will go for like 20 girls or 30 girls. I just want my solid group of friends, you know, to be there for me during such a milestone. So I had my childhood friend, my childhood best friend. I had my sisters. My 2 sisters were part of my bridal party. I had my cousin, and you know, I had my core friends here in Dallas, and a total of 8 girls. So making their dresses, we also chose to go with a Nigerian vendor. One, I'm just looking at cost, and also I'm looking at detailing. There's just certain things that Nigerian tailors can do that you just can't get executed here abroad, unfortunately. So there was no brainer there that I was going to have their dresses done. So for theirs, we bought fabric. I bought fabric. I think I bought a total of 50 yards for all 8 girls. And I just told the tailor based on and I had each girl pick their style, the design that they wanted. I just wanted everybody to feel beautiful on that day and feel special. So every girl picked their style and design, and then the tailor just kind of used the same fabric for everybody. And that's kind of how we did that. We actually even ended up with having leftover fabric, so that was good and that worked out for us. So I'm going to insert some of the bridesmaids dresses, as well as the dresses that they wore for Ashway B, as well as their white dresses. But yeah, you guys, like, my fittings and making my dresses were probably my favorite part of wedding planning. No, I lied. I think food tasting was probably my favorite part. But and then making my dresses, I just enjoyed the whole process. I enjoyed, I enjoyed feeling like a bride. You get, like, I enjoyed feeling like a bride. And it was just such a really special moment, just so beautiful. All the vendors I worked with were exceptional. They were amazing. There's always a few mishaps, but for the most part, I would say I was very blessed with the vendors that I had. And yeah, so I just wanted to share with you guys, making of my dream dress, making of my other dresses. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to see you on the next episode. My wedding video is almost ready, so I'll probably be sharing that with you guys. But I want to share with you guys the drama that happened with the bridesmaids and just everything else. Yeah, so see you guys on my next video. Bye.